Yeah, sorry, 9 a.m. Wednesday. I was thinking that it would already be 9 a.m. in Australia somewhere, but it probably is not that far yet. No, it can't be. Hello from Oklahoma, Colorado. Yeah, many different places. That's lovely. What I'm showing you shortly here what I have just been working today and yesterday. It's for a video that I'm going to publish on Saturday. And in case you watched my video 2 weeks ago, I think, or just a week ago, not long ago anyway, about the craft and design fair here in Finland that I went to, a very big one. I was showing these here, bases like that there for a basket or a bag. So these are plywood and have, as you can see, they have holes ready on them in order for you to start crocheting into them. So I finished this basket today, and I have filmed the whole video, and I'm going to edit it tomorrow. So showing how I made this, a very plain one. I had planned, I actually say in the beginning of the video, and I'm not going to take it away, that I was going to make a bag of this shape. You know, that would be, it would be ideal for taking small whatever I may, you know, like a crochet with you, because I very often go to places where I take my knitting or crocheting with me. So this will make that. But what actually happened is that this here, I was using this very chunky sort of, it's mop yarn, it's called. It doesn't stretch at all, and it's very hard, quite hard. So it hurts, it can hurt your fingers, and actually it started hurting me here too, having to do such a hard movement with a big hook. So I wasn't able to continue to make a second one in a row, but I will make that one later. Have you tried these? Project bag, yeah, that's the word. Yeah, thank you. Australia midnight, yeah, okay. Okay, so it's not worse than that. 6 hours behind, ahead of us then, okay. I wonder if there are anybody from India here. India, depending where, is about 3-4 hours ahead. Massachusetts, Alaska, Fairbanks, Alaska. And morning, so that's somewhere where it's morning, morning as well. Yeah. Have you tried, has any of you tried these sort of bases, you know, to do something? I mean, you can get these in leather as well. This is plywood. It's a good idea, and I've seen people make really interesting bags, like this knitting and crochet meeting that I go to off and on here in my town, in Turku. I saw a lady there. She was making a basket or a bag with a base like that in a mosaic crochet with a very sort of intricate looking pattern. You have never seen those. Can those be ordered? Actually, I haven't checked yet where you can order them, because I bought them here. You can buy them in a number of yarn stores here and hobby stores, because people also use those like for macrame baskets. And I got it here, but I'm actually going to check, for instance, if you can get them in Amazon. I would think so. Then it's sort of globally available if you can. Carol writing several project bags similar without a wooden base. Strands, 4 strands of scrap acrylic together and very stiff. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, you can also, you don't have to have one thick yarn. You can have several thin ones. Actually, on the video, I tried some other ways as well, and one of those was putting together 3 strands of masonry cord or plumb line twine, you know, this sort of a stuff you can get at DIY stores or hobby stores. So hello to everybody new here. Brazil, it's going, Princeton, Indiana. Okay, Janice says that she's seen them on Amazon. That's good then, yeah. Internet stores in Italy as well. Yeah, good. I would think that you can get them in most places, yeah. The question, what can you suggest to make with 1200 yards of natural wool? 1200 yards, that's about 1100 meters. I would have to think of that because I don't think of yarns and how many meters or yards it is, so I can't think of how many balls that is. I'm hopeless in maths, you know. I would have to really sit down and count what that would be, how many balls it is. But natural wool is what I mainly use anyway for everything I make. And depending on what you mean with the natural, that it is completely untreated, or actually the fluff. No, then it would, then you couldn't measure it in yards if it was fluff just. Pajala, Sweden, good. You are close by. Brazil. Oh, that yarn. Okay, it's so nice. Yeah. It depends what exactly it is, because if the yarn is sort of rough, that some natural wool can be, so that it would scratch you, then I wouldn't make anything that would touch your skin, like a hat or a scarf or a cardigan or anything of that sort. But then it would be good for like lap blankets, afghans, that sort of things. But if it's sort of a soft kind of wool, I mainly use full wool or almost full wool for anything like hats and scarves and cardigans and sweaters and all those things. Hello, Patricia. That sign that there is in the chat after Patricia's name means that she's a member on my channel, if you are wondering what that means. The way I have organized the membership is that you have always a different color of a tiny granny square depending on how many weeks or how many months somebody has been a member. Just explaining that. About that yarn, it's not too scratchy, but it does have a bit. If it's a bit scratchy, yeah, well then I would not use it for a hat or a scarf, but something that, well, cardigans can be also a little bit scratchy because you normally don't wear them without something else under it. So yeah, hope you'll find something that's good for it, yeah. Another thing, I'll put these down on the ground out of my way. I'll show you another thing I made. If somebody follows me on Instagram, you have seen it, but I'm not going to show it on YouTube. Otherwise, this here doll, it's one that I had when I was a little girl. It's like, I remember already then the half of the head was coming off, but it didn't have any clothes. It was just in the toy box that I have for my grandchildren, and she didn't have any clothes on, so I crocheted this little, showing it in there. Can it see? It's so much fun sometimes just to make something that you are in no rush to make. I have no pressure of writing down how I made it, because I'm not going to make another one and I'm not going to make a pattern. And just crocheting something like that can be so much fun. Okay. Okay, Susanna from Italy. Hi. Good. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I'm glad about my doll. Now she has clothes. I can't actually remember. I know she had a name, but I can't remember what it is. Maybe I will find some very old diary or something where I have written it down. In my I mentioned there with that basket, I mentioned the fair I was at in Tampere, and I have a whole video about it there. But just very shortly to say that it was very inspiring, and I was really sort of on a high when I came back. I was there for 2 days. It's the biggest fair now in Europe, craft and design fair. So it's both selling all kinds of supplies that you make crafts with, as well as ready-made, handmade stuff. So you have both. I counted it. I actually have it on the video, but I can't remember now exactly. I think it was 53 or 58 sellers out of the over 700 that were there were selling yarn. So over 50 in any case. So there's certainly a huge supply of wool in Finland, of yarn that you can buy, all different kinds. There's so many. Hello, Lisa. Hello from Wisconsin. A question. Do you have a tutorial for that snowflake in the back? Oh, I have that there. Yeah, forgot what I have. I do. Yeah. If you go on my channel and just write snowflake, you would find it. I have about 6-7 different kinds of snowflakes, and that's actually one that has been. I lift it up. It's just in a nail, so you can see it better. This has actually been the most popular as a long video. What I see there is actually always behind, so I'm sort of checking if it shows or not. Yeah, so this has been clearly the most popular this year of the different patterns I have. It's, I think, 3 or 4 years old that already. And of the other, another question here, is yellow my favorite? No. My favorite colors are pink and lilac and all different shades of those, really. But snowflakes, there's this here one, if you can see it. This is the oldest snowflake pattern. I made it about 10 years ago or so, and this has been hardened, I can't remember, either with glue water or sugar water. I use both, and both make it really, really hard if you put enough and if you wait long enough so that it dries. But this year I have also, because it's very easy, or both of these are very easy, they only have 2 rounds of crochet. This here one, I have a short video that's 59 seconds, and it sort of shows it in the 59 seconds. So it just shows very, very quickly like that. And that has actually been, I can't remember how many, but I mean, it's overall, it has over, well, several hundreds of thousands of views anyway. And now it's been the most popular. And then some people, it's linked to the longer video because people don't necessarily make, if they start to make one, just make it with a short in a minute. Hello from Norway. Okay, good. Sue, yeah, I recognize your name from many comments. It's nice that you are here. Yeah, thank you. Okay, hi from Illinois. This actually, sometimes it shows a person's name and then other times it doesn't. And for you, it doesn't. It just shows that you are a member. Also, I just explained there what the member sign means, to have the tiny granny square after your name. I wish, YouTube used to show names more, but then of course not everybody even wants to have their name there. So you are free, of course, everybody is free to do that. I just made another Christmas, if you noticed, I think last Saturday, yeah. This here pattern, it's a very quick to make tree, as you can see. And that one has beads and this one doesn't. And then this is the red one, the same in red. And it's a very quick one because it only has 11 stitches. So you decrease in the middle and it becomes a shape like that there. I started thinking of that because I made this beanie hat bat pattern there about a month ago that one of my daughters is modeling. And then I looked at that texture of the mini bead stitch and it goes like that there. So I thought it looks like a tree. So that's why I made that there pattern. Oh, I'm trying to read the name. Feronia. You made it. Okay, and the other ones. Oh, that's good. I'm glad to hear that it's doing well. Yeah, lovely. I'm actually, so I was saying that I'll publish the basket video now on Saturday, but I'm scheduling it tomorrow because I won't be here on Saturday. I wonder how I will manage this coming weekend because I'm going to this, I don't know if you heard of these retreats of silence, where you are with people but you don't talk. You sort of, it's like sort of mindfulness or meditation. This actually is organized by a church, but it's a knitting or crocheting retreat. So I mean, you are quiet and there's some like singing and things like that and nice meals, but you never talk to anybody. But you are expected to, because it's called a knitting retreat, to have handwork with you all the time. And I've been on that 3 times before the pandemic. And this is the first one after it. And it's nice. It's in a place in a countryside. You have like lounges where you can sit, and you can also read the books and things if you like. And then there's like a building by the lake where you can sit by the fire and things like that. So it's very, very relaxed. But why I was saying that I wonder how I will manage is that you are not supposed to keep any internet on. So, I mean, I don't have a watch, I don't own one, so I have to keep my phone with me for seeing the time. But otherwise, I'm not going to put the internet on my phone for 2 full days, and I haven't done that now for many years. So it's going to be an interesting experiment, but it's only for 2 days, so I will have to be okay for that length of time. Looking at these text, these chats again. You made 17 of those trees. So you made 17 of these trees yesterday. Oh, that's lovely. Sewing them to squares. Oh, right, yeah, that's true. You could like use them as an applique or something. I was also thinking that you could put several together so that they would sort of be thicker and several of the same color together, and they would stand up, for instance. And so there's different ways of using them. Yeah, beads. Yeah, did somebody ask about the bead? Oh, yeah, there's a question about if it's hard to crochet with beads. There's basically 2 ways how you crochet with beads. The way I made this one, and I'm sort of shortly showing it on the video, is that I put all the beads into this. This has 3 strands of yarn all the time, and I chose the finest of them, not much difference between them, and put all the beads, about 25 of them, into one of the yarns before started crocheting. And then as you crochet, you just take one and leave it, and then take another one and leave it when you need to. Or the other way is, apart from of course sewing them on afterwards, the other way is that you actually use a hook that's so small that it goes through the bead. And then you also need to have a fairly thin yarn because you actually crochet it in so that you put the hook through the bead, not only the yarn, the way I did it. paradise about that quiet retreat. Yeah, it sounds like a good place. Yeah, I hope many of you can have something similar. There's another one actually that was organized here not long ago, and I know a few people who went. They went on a small island and they had that there, the same sort of a thing. Sue, sounds interesting. You don't think I could do it? You mean you couldn't do without an internet or being quietly with other people? I live alone and I don't talk to any humans for 2-3 days. Yes, actually, that's something like the friend of mine said when I was telling her yesterday where I was going. She said, I mean, I live alone too. And she lives alone, so she says that she's so much alone that she doesn't feel that she would need that. But the reason why I really enjoy, being in them before, I really enjoy them, is just sort of the being apart from the basic daily things. I can be quiet and do nothing or knit all day or crochet all day at home. But it's not the same because at home, well, for me, of course, I work from home. So I have things that remind me of what has to be done everywhere. And even if I didn't have that, then there's always housework to do and always a list of things. So when you go away and for instance, you don't have to worry about meals, everything is included, you just go and eat. So yeah, and just sort of be quiet and yeah, I enjoy it. Oh, being quiet. Yeah. And Carol writing, hang out with YouTube fiber people, sit and crochet or weave while watching videos or other people's videos. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, you can do that as well. And Vicky, okay, good to know. Yeah. Susanna asking, are you decorating trees this year? Yes, I said in the very beginning there that this year I missed being the first one in the family to have my tree up because one of my daughters already had hers last week. I'm probably going to get my tree this year, tonight, after this. In Finland, lots of people would use real trees and then you can't have them as long, they simply don't last. So that's one of the reasons why I always use an artificial tree. And also another reason is that real trees don't have enough branches on them. I have so many Christmas decorations that they don't fit on one tree anyway. And if I had a real tree, I couldn't get near all of them because apart from making lots of Christmas decorations, I just counted there that I have about 40 or 50 of my own patterns of Christmas decorations on my channel, and plus then I collect buying Christmas present decorations anytime I go somewhere, either handmade or not handmade, what do you call it? Factory made ones. Many years I would be in Ireland around this time or in October and November and in Northern Ireland, and there are a few stores there that have so many Christmas decorations all over the place, and every year I only buy 1 or 2 because I already have so many, but I collect them. Okay, so Sue, the problem would be being quiet. Okay. Yeah. Katrina, good morning from Tennessee. Oh, you are at work. Yeah, right enough. It's Wednesday morning in America, so lots of people would be at work. Like mother, like daughter. Well, often goes like that. Yeah. Oh, would love to see all my ornaments. Yeah, I post them I normally post at least 1 or 2 either videos or photos on Instagram of my Christmas tree every year. And then sometimes also on the community tab here on YouTube. to get some water here. Vicky, hi from Texas, hello. Veronia saying, I'm actually nostalgic of the time we didn't have internet nor a mobile phone. Yeah, I mean, I remember that very well too, yeah. Yeah, it definitely, there were good points to that, you know, good and bad. It would be hard now because, for instance, if you want to know something, you find the answer immediately. Then before we had internet, you had to, I don't know, go to a library or use some sort of encyclopedias or something. So in that sense, it's harder. But yeah, what country was it that was going to ban under 6? I think Australia was going to ban under 16s using social media, and other countries are considering that too. And here they are now talking of changing the law so that schools would be allowed to ban pupils from keeping phones in the classrooms. At the moment it's not legally possible, but they're going to change it. And actually they were interviewing some children and they were quite for it. You know, here it varies, but like in Finland, every child that at school always has their own mobile phone. So they start very early at 7 of having their own phones and they get so addicted. So I think you have to do something about that. Yeah, real trees in Norway. Yeah, I don't know, like in Norway and Sweden, if people nowadays use more real trees or artificial trees. Here, I think there are more people who use real trees, but I mean, you can buy artificial trees everywhere. So, I mean, there are lots of them as well. When I was a child, I mean, we had a forest of our own, so we just went there a couple of days before Christmas, and we only decorated the tree always on Christmas Eve. So, but I love to look at my tree, so I want it up as early as possible. Somebody's asking to show us my liquor bottle collection. Sorry, I haven't got any. I hardly use any alcohol, and if I do, it's just wine, so no liquor bottles in my house. 91 centimeter live tree. Oh, so small one then, so it would be about that. Okay. Yeah, well, if you have a small one, then you can put it anywhere, like even on a table or by your window, and then everybody else sees it. Australia, Raquel, I don't know how you would pronounce that, but it looks like a Portuguese name, but Australia, yeah. Okay, show a picture of your tree when you have finished decorating it. Yeah, I could put a picture of my tree on the community tab as a photo. I don't promise to finish it today though, so it will probably be, but I will definitely do it before I go to that retreat that I mentioned there, which starts on Friday afternoon, because I want to have my tree ready when I come back home, so I won't need to start right away. Okay, most gone with artificial ones. Yeah, it is. It's a lot of work, real trees, especially getting rid of it, you know, especially if you live in a city, you know, you have to take it somewhere. When I was a child, we lived in the country, so we just burned it in our own furnace thing, you know, but you can't do that if you live in a city. Twinkling Christmas lights, yeah, I like it. I like them too, especially, and all sorts of lights. Like it's very dark now in Finland and anywhere in the north. It's only a few hours of daylight, and if it's a dull day, there's really no light basically at all. So I mean, the sun, I don't remember exactly when the sun comes up, but the sun here comes up very, very slowly anyway and goes down very slowly. So there's proper light only from about, I don't know, between 10 and 11 until about 3-ish, 2, 3. So it's very dark. So that's why I like to have like I have this, I get up and show, I'm in my kitchen. Hope I can manage to get this back again. But does it show it now? Yeah, so that's what I have in my kitchen window. I put lots of lights like that there. I have to stay up now to see if I got the got the video back to where it should be. Yeah, more or less. Well, it shows fairly well, yeah. Oh, India, is that, so Supriyo and, I'm terrible with names. How can I possibly forget the other name? Suparno, is that you? My friends from India coming on here. And somebody was writing there. And Arizona. And somebody asked, you're asking, that doesn't show a name, what type of ornament do you have the most? I don't really have any that would be most. There's a lot of, because I collect all sorts, so I have all types. I sort of like a little bit more unusual baubles, and then angels, and all sorts of little things. I really have to put that on the community board, the picture of that. Oh, Raquel, I hope that I don't know how you say that, and live in Australia, so speak Spanish then. Okay, I'm learning Spanish every day now because I'm going back to Gran Canaria again after Christmas for 2-3 months. Yeah, it's also, I think I'm getting mixed up now, but I think that was in Norway now, where the sun goes up fairly late, early. This jumps. Subarno and Supriyo, yeah, I thought so. I have to explain to others what this is. So this is 2 Indian men, and Supriyo and I have, actually it's still up, have a YouTube channel that we worked on for a while, about 4 years ago now. And there's actually a video there about Christmas in Finland and comparing it to Christmas in India. And in general, the idea was comparing Finland and India. So I learned a lot about India, of course, then, but I also learned a lot about making videos when we were making, because it's a different style. Until then, I had only made ones where I show my hands and I'm making something. And then when Supriyo and I were making the videos, I was actually in them. We were like taking turns. I mean, he was in India, I was in Finland. So, I mean, we didn't see each other then. We have seen each other since he now lives in Germany. But yeah, so I learned lots of things that I noticed sometimes when I'm editing my video, that I remember that, oh yeah, I learned that then, years ago already. Okay, more questions in here. Susanna, no, I haven't done any outside decorations, no, but there are those, but I haven't done any. And Katrina asking if I live far enough north in Finland to see the northern lights. I have seen them a few times, but they're not common here. But like we've had them a number of times now this autumn time, but I haven't seen them. I haven't been up long enough, or it's been cloudy or something like that where I have been. Ever done filet crochet? I have years and years ago. I used to do some filet crochet, and I've actually thought of making a video. It's one of the ones on my long list of what I want to do, is to have a filet crochet just explaining about how you can design them, you know, how you do all different kinds. So so this is Suparno that says Zeus creates, I don't know how you even pronounce that. It's much more sunny here than in Finland. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. Or whichever one of you is writing on that account. Daylight till 10 till 3, yeah, it would be around, yeah, Norway, so that was in Norway, yeah. Yeah, that retreat that I'm going to, I am really looking forward to. And Chris asking, do you use Stylecraft special DK yarn? I can't remember if I have used that or not. Stylecraft, you don't, you probably can get it in one of, we have so many stores, yarn stores, both online and actual stores in Finland, that I'm sure you can get it somewhere, but I have not, I don't remember what that yarn would be like. But I would use a lot of other kind of DK weight yarns, yeah. And then, hello, dark here now, okay, in UK, yeah, I'm sure it would be. I was just talking to someone in Northern Ireland there a couple of hours ago, and yeah, they've had it, yeah, have it, you know, darkish days now. Especially letters in filet crochet. Yeah, it's I quite like it, you know, like what used to be very much in fashion in Finland in the 70s or so was having like curtains in filet crochet, so that you would have all sorts of pictures, you know, they could be really big pictures, like this sort of like some, what would you say, like sort of old-fashioned pictures of like ladies in big dresses and big vases and all sorts of things, and stars and that kind of things. Yeah. Maria, watching from Massachusetts. Hi. And then question, do I do Tunisian crochet? Yeah, I do, and I like it. I mainly only do it in the round with hook in both ends, I mean double-ended hook, so that you go in the round in for instance, making gloves or bags or that sort of anything, hat, anything that is in the round. So I basically do only that, and I have a number of videos about that. Ear warmers, okay, good. There's a question of if it would be possible to do a beginner's video to show how to attach ribbing on granny square fingerless mittens. Right. I actually have a video about that, just a very quick video. So for a beginner it probably wouldn't be, because it goes so fast. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know what you would mean then if it was that you would actually, I mean, because one way is to sew it on, but yeah, to then starting to crochet opposite direction, if you first have a square here and then you have to start going like that, yeah. Maybe that might be a good idea for a video, yeah. Carol, I was at an antique store and filet crochet with your name on it. Oh, right. Oh, that's a good idea. That's great. And that was popular in Sweden too. And again, oh yeah, hello from Sweden. Yeah, so I think that refers to the filet crochet in the 70s. Yeah, yeah. There are still in some of the Finnish crochet groups, you know, people are still making that kind of curtains, especially sort of small curtains that they put at the top of a window only. I can't remember what you call that in English. Chris, about Stylecraft is really soft. Okay. Yeah, about slowing a video. Yeah, it's actually the video is a short video under a minute. So then I don't think. Oh goodness, I don't hardly watch shorts, but I don't think you can slow them down. But any other videos, definitely. I try to say as often as possible. I have two graphics that show, where you go in the settings to change the speed lower. But I don't often do it. Actually, I don't often remember to say that on a video. And what I actually do myself very often is I speed a video up, because often people talk very slowly. So I prefer to watch them quicker. If you slow a tutorial to 0.5, oh right, the teacher on the Snoopy cartons, okay, I'm sure it would, yeah. I'm sure it would. Oh goodness, my picture's going. Oh, Scotland, yeah, I'm sure you would be very wet and cold as well. Nepal, oh, that's lovely. I don't think I have seen anybody else in here in Nepal, or even anybody who would in the comments have, in any other videos, comments mentioned that they would be from Nepal. That's interesting. So, and then Patricia, sun up about 7:30 and sunset at 16:30. So that's much longer day than what we would have, yeah. Brioche knitting at a slow speed. And the instructor sounded drunk. It does, yeah. If you slow very much, it starts going like that there. If a tutorial is slowed or sped up, it affects your channel algorithm. It does. Katrina saying that it does in a small way. So if you know how the algorithm works, that the longer people watch anybody's videos, mine or anybody else's, the better it is for that channel, and the more YouTube then shows those videos to others. The worst thing you can do to anybody whose videos you are watching is that you open it and go away before half a minute has gone, because that's a signal. We see it always in the statistics, that what percentage of people are still watching after 30 seconds. And if that percentage is low, it should be fairly big, around 70% at least. So if you speed it up, then of course there's less watch time. But if you watch with the speeding up a video until the end, it's still better than only watching a quarter of it. So yeah, because most people never watch the whole video. The majority of videos are watched, people skip here and there. And I know too, I do that too. Don't do that to my friends. If I have any of my YouTuber friends, if I start a video, I always run it through, even if I don't actually watch it, because I know it's important for their channel. And then Jean, how do you pronounce that name? Jean? I don't know, sorry. Video showing how to bind off for knitting ribbon. Ah, yeah, I have that stretchy knitting. You're probably referring to that. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good way. What Katrina says, that you first watch it the regular speed, and then depending what you're going to do with it, if you then speed it up or slow it down. Carol, yeah. Yeah, I always try to watch full videos, yeah, since you know that it helps the algorithm. That's good, yeah, that's true. Just one question about, is there some tips about crochet that you have learned recently? Something new that you didn't know before? I'm always on the lookout for new tips. I don't often come up with, see new tips, but I do, off and on. And then we can slow down videos from our side and sometimes and turn off sound. Yeah, that's true also. Especially if you that I would do that if, for instance, I'm needing help for whether it's knitting or crochet or something like that, or anything else, that I'm doing, whatever, plants or something. If I have already watched something and then I need to watch it in detail and copy it, then I don't normally. I would do it slowly, but not have the sound on. There's a question about if saving a video has any effect to your algorithm. Yes. Any kind of engagement to a video. I mean, that's one of the things that the algorithm, the statistics tells about every video and every time period, that how many people have saved this particular video in a month or 90 days or a year or whatever. Yeah, that is also very good if you save a video. Carol writing people saying that, asking her why she doesn't make videos. It's a lot of work. It is, yeah, it's a lot of work. I was just thinking why I actually started doing the live streams very late, only a couple of months ago, in spite of having had my channel for nearly 10 years, is that it's sort of scary where you, because you are on live. When you are making a video, you can edit it indefinitely, and I cut out so much of my my normal videos. Say if a video is 8 minutes long when I post it, I would have at least half an hour, normally more, of raw video that I have edited it from. And then even after that, I normally, in every video, I have said something so much wrong that I have to fix it so that I separate the picture from the sound and take the sound off and make a new sound to replace, voiceover. So yeah, it's a lot of work, definitely. But like, I've been doing it for so long now and I really enjoy it. So there's this answer to what I said about learning. My favorite thing I just learned is for turning chains to use extended single crochet or stacked single crochets. Yeah, good. Yeah, stacked. That's actually later. I mean, I used to. I have a video that has lots and lots of views that is about straight edges in double crochet, so that you put the last 2 stitches together on every row. But then recently I started doing the stacked single crochets, so that you stack normally 2 or 3 depending on the weight, and you can, that of course works then also for trebles, for instance. You stack more stitches to get the right height. Then this is going that fast that I missed some, I'm sure. Okay, yeah, using some kind of a pillow to get a better posture, relaxing the arms and shoulders. Yeah, that actually is important. I find I easily get sore, the back of my neck because of constantly being either on the computer or knitting or crocheting. Sorry, this sound, I'm kicking at my microphone here. About that, yes, still about the posture and how you can relax your arms, and what some people say, that I don't know if you have seen that, that they're using a breastfeeding pillow, this big round thing that you put around you, and then you can set your arms on it, that would be good for knitting and crocheting as well. I haven't got any of those, so I haven't tried, but people say that. Yeah, Feronia saying that yeah, that's what I do too, that I often let the video run to the end, so because it's good for the channel, even with even if you put the sound off, if you're not actually watching it. Editing, Carol, editing is as challenging a skill as crocheting. Yes, just very different kind of a skill. I have mentioned on these before, I don't know how many know that I have been self-employed in crafts now for 8 years or something, 7, 8 years. But before that, I was a digital media teacher. So from that point of view, it's easier for me than many other people who are doing like YouTube or blogging or anything, from the technical point of view. But still, there's so much to learn all the time because everything changes all the time. Okay, saying, okay, good, thank you for calling. 12 p.m. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, you you were at work there. Okay, I have taught you to use the stacked single crochet. Yes, it's good for fillet works as well, in the beginning, because then, the edges are nicer if you do it that way. And then extended single crochet works great if you're using half double crochets. Yeah, that's true, yeah. There are so many things about crochet that we can learn all the time. Like one of the things that I haven't got into very much yet is mosaic crochet. I mean, I know the basics and I know what the idea of it is, but I haven't taken much time to learn and practice so that I would be sort of free to make my own patterns and understand exactly how I'll do it so that I don't, for instance, increase or decrease stitches or something like that. Looped starting end. Yeah. Okay, good. Oh, I'm always glad when people say that they have learned something from my channel because, of course, I mean, it's a lot of work to make all the videos, so it's good to know that they are useful. Okay, it's nearly an hour now that I have been on. So this time I think I try, in the previous lives that I have done, I have actually selected something so that the live chat doesn't show. And that's not nice for those who watch afterwards, because in all of these live streams that I have had, there's actually been more people watching them afterwards than during the live stream. So it would be important that they would see what we have been talking about. So I hope I'm not going to make a mistake in trying to do the settings in such a way that the live chat stays here. Okay, listening while falling asleep. Yes, that's actually, I think that's typical of Finland, that you would have a sort of a very even accent, and that can make people sleep to listen to, yeah. Okay. Oh, still one more thing. Katrina says, tie two ends. Oh, Tuula says not to make knots in middle of work. Yeah, I don't use knots in anything in knitting or crochet. Hardly ever anyway, yeah. Okay, it's good that somebody remembers what I have said. Whether then they do it, I mean, of course, people decide what they want to do and what they don't. Yeah. Well, thank you, everybody. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.